Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title, these are my monthly favorites for the month of August. I will tell you that I don't have a lot to choose from because for almost half of June, all of July, and the rest of August, I was helping my sister, stressing with my sister to do her wedding. I was one of the people coordinating it and planning it and getting it together and doing all the decorating. So everything else outside of her and her little world and work, along with a few other personal things, I stressed out about, so I didn't really focus on a lot of other things. So my favorites are very, very minimal at best. I will share with you things that when I was consistent, these are the things I was consistently using. So that tells you that in my mind, somewhere in the back of my mind, with all the other stuff going on, that I was saying, keep using this, these are good, these are important. First thing for my body is the hand scrubs. These I got from Five Below. They're $1 each, so for $2 you get one for the left, one for the right. And they exfoliated my body on lazy girl days. I was using it for my face, so I definitely think that these are more than worth it. The other thing that I use for exfoliation is baking soda. Again, I was stressing out. Mother Nature was kicking my butt, so I still am recovering from the texture on my face and the baking soda. I know some people have problem with baking soda. I just used it because it worked in the past. So I was using that to exfoliate my skin. And I'm going to be seeing my doctor about a few other things that I think might be going on with me. But it really helped with the exfoliation. You use baking soda and water, make a small paste, and then just rub it. And mostly, again, because I have cystic acne and hyperpigmentation, it's mostly on the lower half of my face, and it's this time around it was actually going down my neck and my chest. So I think stress and hormones were a huge factor in my skin going haywire. For the skincare, the products that, out of all the products that I've been using, these 5 things I would say that I see results in when I'm using them consistently, and I'm more consistent in my morning routine than my night routine. So for the morning routine, I would say From The Ordinary, and majority of this is Ordinary, the 7% glycolic, what is this, toning solution. I love this. I think that this is amazing. Definitely when it gets back in stock, get your hands on this. And for the amount that you get, it's definitely worth the money. I love this, and I would definitely recommend this. And then let me do all the ordinary, then I do the not ordinary thing. The next 3 products I've been using, Niaminoside. You guys know that I am super oily, and I've been recommending this to coworkers. One, this helps with, they say, congestion. I'm not sure what that means with the skin, but I know that it's helped reduce some of the oil production, the sebum that I produce. It's also helped reduce my pores. When I use it day and night, on certain conditions on the day and night, it's like you really see the results. I'm not as oily when I'm just using it one time a day. There's a reduction, but it's not as drastic as when I'm using it twice. And the reason why I would use it only once is if I used it with the C Firma. You can't use it with an L-absorbent acid, so I would use another vitamin C serum. But when I use this, let me see. When I use this during the day, I would not use the Niaminoside. When I use another vitamin C, which is a derivative, I would use this, and you could see not as much oil production on my face and so forth. The other 2 ordinary products is Alpha Butane 2%. This is supposed to help with hyperpigmentation. I will say, and I'll do a video with me without makeup, I can definitely see that the acne scarring has severely reduced. And when I do have acne scarring, the newer scars aren't as dark or as deep, and they go a lot faster. Now the older scars are taking longer to disappear, but they are disappearing. And my younger sister who lives in Alabama, when she came to visit, she was like, oh, I can see the difference. She attested to the vitamin C, but I think it's a combination of all of this. And then the acid that I've been using since I had ran out of the Good Genes is the Ordinary's lactic acid 10%. I really like this. It's really strong. I'm alternating between this and another acid from The Ordinary. Not too fond of that one, but this is my favorite. If you're going to get one from The Ordinary, they have a 5%. I don't know why this is taking forever to focus. Do this. Okay. The person who I follow, Stephanie Nicole, she was talking about that 5% was just right for her. The 10% was too strong, but she has dry skin. I have oily skin. The 5% to me was okay. The 10%, I wish it was a little bit stronger, but I definitely like the 10%. But again, I also like the Good Genes. And the next acid I want to try is from the Drunk Elephant, the Flambeuse, which is supposed to be at night. So that's the skincare stuff. For hair, I've been using coconut oil. I'm trying that coconut oil challenge versus the castor oil. So I've been using this in my hair and also using it to remove my makeup. So I like it. Definitely, if you need some protein and you're protein sensitive, this would be a good way of getting protein. It's an oil, so I use like very thin layer. I probably use it all over my hair with my braids, and then massaging it into my scalp once a week. I've got another 2.5 weeks before I finish the challenge, and then I'll go back to using the Jamaican black castor oil. I might even start mixing the two because I was cutting my Jamaican black castor oil, but definitely will always use coconut oil, and it's organic, so I know that it's not going to do anything weird to my body that I'm experiencing or that could happen. Next is the makeup. For makeup, I have honestly been trying to use up a lot of my makeup. So the ones that I've used up, I have a note that I want to repurchase them. But most of the makeup products that I've been using for the last month and a half, it's just so I can get them out of my collection. Because either I didn't like them, was interested in one shape, form, or another. But the products that I'm going to show you are the ones that I was constantly kind of putting in my little box. This is the box that I use when I set aside for the week, and I fill this up with makeup products. And let me know if you want me to do a makeup of the week so you can see what I'm rotating through. But I would fill that box up with things that I wanted to use up as much and get out. The foundations and the makeup products that I want to show you are the ones that for the last few weeks somehow they keep rotating into my little makeup morning box. Foundation, the one that I continuously grab for drugstore, is the L'Oreal Infallible, and I'm gonna have to repurchase this one. This is Soft Sable. It's a little too light for me at this time, and they don't have a deeper shade. Well, they have Cocoa, which is too dark, and I'm between Cocoa and Dark Sable, but I will definitely repurchase this. I like it. It's gives you a nice matte finish. But if you want a drugstore foundation, it's a little pricey, that's really good, that mattifies you, and I have it on now with some powder. I think that you will definitely like this, and again, I will definitely repurchase that. The powder that I've been using is another L'Oreal. Right now I'm going to show you what I keep it in. I'm going to show you my backup. I keep it in this Cativa, and this is what it looks like on the inside of it, because you can see I more than hit pan. But the product that I'm talking about is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, and again, the shade is Classic Tan, and this is it right here. This is my backup. I've mentioned this before, the packaging is cheap. I mean, like, it's a really thin plastic, and it broke off, and that's the reason why I put it in the Cativa one. But this is what it looks like outside of it. You can see I have, and I did use this on several of the people in the wedding party. For the wedding, I did the bride's makeup, my mom's makeup. I didn't even get to put makeup on. It was chaotic. And then I did the mother of the groom's makeup, a little bit of hers. So, and I used some of those products on them. And then for blush, I go back and forth between these two. I am trying to force myself to branch out. The first one is the NYX Blush and Cinnamon. And again, I use this on the bride, for my sister. I keep saying the bride. My sister for her wedding. And this is like a beautiful orange. I feel like this can go on anyone. I have it on now. You can do a light setting. You could do a intense coloration of it. This looks gorgeous. And I've seen a coworker who had like an orangish blush, but she got hers from a different maker. But orange just looks really good on deep skin. And so I'm gonna regret when I use all of this up, but I've had it for so long and I still keep using it. I barely hit pan. I mean, like, there's like, you can see a little silver dot in the middle. But they've reformulated their blushes and they don't have this one. So if you find it, get it and keep it. I think it's beautiful. The other one is from the Sculpting Blush from Makeup Forever, and this is it. It's number 26, and you can see I'm using so much the numbers off of it. But this is another nice neutral blush, and you can actually use it to sculpt to kind of like give you contouring with your blush. This looks really amazing. I used this on my mom during the wedding, and I use it all the time. I just think that this is absolutely amazing, and I would recommend you definitely grabbing that. The mascara that I have been loving, and I've been trying to go through my mascaras, and when I finally use them all up, this is the first one I went and repurchased. It's the Almay Get Up and Grow, and the reason why, let me see if that'll show up. The reason why I love this one is because of the brush. The brush to me is absolutely amazing. See how all those thin little fibers, you can sit there and it grabs every single lash, whether you have a lot or a little. It just goes through and it coats the entire lash. I like a dry formula, and luckily this one comes as a dry formula, and you can build it up and build it up, and it doesn't get flaky on me. It doesn't, I mean, like, yeah, it doesn't get flaky on me. I don't catch myself in later on in the day going, what are all these little flakes? So I really like this. And then for my brows, what I've been using is from Wet n Wild, their brow eyeliner pencil in deep brown is what I have on my brows now. It's what I use for everyone at the wedding. I just feel like no one has black brows. Let's just cut to the chase on that. No one has black brows, but you can go with a deep brown, and you can even do a two-tone. I have an auburn as well, and so you do darker in the front and then kind of fade into the back. I feel like pencils are easier to shape your brows versus the powders or the gels. I still have them, and I'm gonna eventually get to using up all of those and then just keeping in my collection the stuff that I really like. But I continuously keep grabbing this. But I definitely love eyebrow pencils versus the other forms, simply because I feel like it gives me a little more control. With powders, even though I'll brush it on, I feel like they kind of go places where I can't control them. So that, and then the last two things, I've been using the Wet n Wild Vaporize De-Fixation. Not so much to set your makeup, but is to get rid of the powder look, because again, this is medium coverage, and then when I add the powder on top of it, I get that medium plus. It doesn't quite get you the full, but that medium plus look. But if I go too crazy, I do have that powdery look, and so I spritz this on my face and I get rid of that powder look. So I definitely like this, and I've been using this in replace of the e.l.f. I would say if I had to choose between the two, I think the e.l.f. Dang, that is hard between the two. I like both of them. I mean, Fix Plus is my ultimate favorite, but if it's a little pricey for you, I feel like the e.l.f. is closer to the Fix Plus formula than this. So I'll probably repurchase the e.l.f. over this one. It's cheaper as well, but I was just curious, and I do like it. I would recommend this if you wanted to try the Wet n Wild makeup setting spray. I'm not saying it's bad. I like it, but I feel like if you add the price as well as the amount that you get, I would lean a little bit more towards the e.l.f. But I definitely would recommend that. And then the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about, I have to open up my phone to do it, is the Starbucks app. I have been hitting Starbucks like crazy. I've been refilling the app. It's really convenient. You're getting points every time you purchase things, and double points. And I've been going with coworkers. I've been going before work. I am just obsessed with going to Starbucks, and I never used to be obsessed with Starbucks the way I am now. I will say that is not helping me on the weight loss side, but they do have a green tea or white tea that I think you guys might want to try. It's got way less calories than their coffees. The only issue I have is that the baristas keep giving me the, what is that Tariva tea, and I just want shaken white tea with like a mango syrup, and they keep giving me that Tariva tea with the lemonade, and I'm constantly having to go, nope, you gave me the wrong thing. That's the only thing that I have issues with, and it's more the person versus the app. But the tea itself is absolutely amazing. I feel like if they would just get that part of my order right, I'd be like, oh, Starbucks is the best. That's all the products that when I'm using them consistently throughout the last month. Not a lot, but again, I had a lot of things going on in my life. Hopefully life will settle down just a little and we can hit this YouTube thing running. Again, thank you for watching my videos. I really appreciate your support, and I will check you guys out on the next video. Bye.